is no secret that I love folding phones, especially for their productivity and portability. And that includes the Oppo Find N2. So let's go inside and see what I really like about this device. One of the nice things about the Oppo Find N2 is this outer display on the cover screen. It does make it a joy to use. And when I pull up the keyboard, you can see one can type very easily on that, thus reducing typing errors. And just to prove my point, if I bring in the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, even though it's not the latest 4 or 5, the common theme that everyone's complaining about is the very narrow outer display. So if I tap on here, so again, I'll leave it for you to decide which one you would rather be typing on. The level of customization on this device. So for example, I can press down like so, and I can move the time and weather widget. In addition to that, I can also move the Google search bar. And that should not be underestimated because on certain devices, you cannot do so. In addition to all of that, so I can tap on the icons one here. And if you keep your eye on the top row there, so as I move along from here, from left to right, you will see that the icons will change shape. So if I tap on the square, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. How cool is that? Just to rubber stamp the point that I was making earlier, if I press down on this Google Pixel device, which is the Google Pixel 6 Pro, you can see that I'm unable to move that Google search bar. And the same goes with the date and weather widget. There is very little level of customization. And again, this runs across all of the Google Pixel devices. And imagine if you just spent $1,800 on the Google Pixel Fold and you find out that you cannot customize the Google search bar or the date and weather widget. I also like the fact that you can go into the wallpapers here and you've got plenty here. So you have a wide choice of live wallpapers. It says 28 there. You have some static ones. You have classic and artistic, and everything you can do on this internal display, you can also do on the outer display. In your settings, you can also customize the device further. So you can see it taking you through the wallpapers, you have themes, the font, icons, which I've already gone through, colors, look at this, wide choice, and you also have edge lighting, which is pretty neat. And then, just whilst we're here, just show you the always on display. Look at this, touch of class and elegance. Look at that, you can create your own emoji, you can have whatever you want. Look at this. Due to the compact nature of this device, what it does mean is that it is very pocket friendly. So you can put this in any jacket pocket, even your trousers, shorts. I've even taken this out for a run with no issues whatsoever, and I do not feel that it weighs me down. And also I'm pretty convinced this will fit into most ladies' handbags, and I'm willing to stretch that further and suggest that it will even fit in some of their purses. The Oppo Find N2 has a SIM tray which takes not one but 2 nano SIMs, which is really useful because it means you can use one for work and one for personal, and you can even extend that further and use one for personal and the other one for when you are traveling, because unlike Apple, who have now adopted eSIMs on their latest iPhones, that may not always be compatible, especially when you are traveling abroad. There is standard support with the Oppo Find N2, but you will need to purchase the stylus separately. Just to clarify, it will only work on the inner display. You can also use the Oppo Pen with the newly released Oppo Find N3 and the OnePlus Open, and the beauty is you can use it on both the external and internal display on both devices, which which is a game changer. So Samsung, take note. The Oppo pen works really well with no issues to report. It is not as advanced as the Samsung stylus, but it does perform really well with some neat functions. I've made 2 videos plus 1 short video on the Oppo pen and a further video on how to purchase the Oppo pen. I can confirm that you do get all your apps from the Google Play Store, which work perfectly on this device. Now, depending where you purchase it from, so if you purchase it from an online retailer like Giztop, Trending Shenzhen, Wonder Mobile, etc., they should all install the Google Play Store for you. Other than that, you can also download the Google Play Store using an APK file. And again, I can confirm all your apps work perfectly, no issues whatsoever, despite again this being a Chinese phone. So again, go here, get your maps, brilliant. Everything works. I've had no issues, no matter where I've traveled in the world with this device. It has worked like a gem. The other thing you may want to know with this device is that you also get the Google feed. Yes, that is correct. You do get the Google feed. Again, keep up with the latest tech, news, entertainment, finance, etc. When it comes to unboxing, Oppo really set the standards really high, and something that Apple, Google and Samsung definitely need to take note of, because Oppo make you feel like a true and valued customer. From the moment you receive the box, you know you're in for a treat. You open it, the phone is elevated upwards, and you can see that a lot of thought has gone into it. You not only get the device, but you get a 67-watt charger, you get some leaflets, you get the case, and not just any case, but a case that matches the color of the device. Again, the unboxing is exemplary. App optimization on this device is really good. So if we select this app here, so you can see we've currently got this in a 16:9 aspect ratio, meaning you have thick grey bars on the left and on the right. Now if we go in our settings menu and select the radio player app here, so we can see we've got a choice of 4:3, 16:9, which is currently on, and full screen. So I'm going to select the full screen and then select change. And now when we're back on our main screen, select the radio app, and now you can see we have a full screen experience. This device is packed with many features, which I cover in a separate video. One of the features I do like is the ability to have split screen apps, especially on this larger internal display. So I've got one pre-prepared here. So you can see I've got 2 apps running vertically, side by side. If I tap on the middle there, so you'll see I've got those 3 options. Now the last option there where it says split horizontally, you can only do this if you have 2 native Chinese apps. And again, I do cover this in more detail in a separate video. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, just close the device and just move on to the outer display, continue, and let me just move this further back. Again, this is not an optical illusion. So now you can see I can have 2 apps split horizontally on the outer display. So is it better than nothing? I'll leave it for you to decide. I've even gone into the developer settings and I'm still struggling to have 2 apps split horizontally on the inner display. And then just before finish, so back here, and look at that, it just goes straight back to the vertical format. Like all folding phones, there is a crease in the center, and the Oppo Find N2 is no different. However, because of their teardrop hinge, it does mean that the crease is really minimal, and I'm trying to demonstrate it here from different angles. Even when you run your
fingers along there, oh, it really is minimal. And I think it's something you do have to see it or feel it to appreciate it. And I hope I'm doing it justice here. Yeah, it is very minimal when it comes to that crease. So yeah, it's makes it a joy to use. But I've always said that no matter what folding phone you have, you'll always have a crease down the center. It's a joy using the Oppo Find N2. Also, I do enjoy working in this flex mode, which you do have to set up in the settings. Once you're all set up, you're good to go. So it means like here, you can fast forward, rewind, so forth, watching something on YouTube here, and you can be replying to the comments below. Honestly, this really feels nice. Of course, one area that I do want to touch up on is Google Pay and whether it works on this device or not. Now, what I've done is I have made a separate video on that, and I'd rather you watch that video and you can find out whether Google Pay works on this device or not. The other advantage of having this flex mode is that you can lay the device flat like so and use it to take photos and videos, and that is all without a tripod. One nice thing about foldable phones is you can use the rear facing cameras as a selfie camera, meaning you get better quality photos and videos for selfies. Within the camera settings, you do have the dual video mode, which I really love, and within that section you have a choice of not one, not two, but 3 dual video options, which is really good if you're vlogging or trying to give a tutorial and show your face at the same time. This is also ideal if you have a podcast channel or you just want to make yourself visible in your video without compromising with what is shown on the screen. Also, the dual video mode on the Oppo Find N2 means you do not need an editing software to create this effect. The other thing I like about the Oppo Find N2 and other Chinese phones is their attention to detail. Now, for example, here, if we look at the charging animation, look at this. Oh, I think that is exquisite. And if you compare it to another device like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold series, there is no competition whatsoever. The Oppo wins hands down when it comes to animation. I do like how you can go in the camera app, then on the top left there, select it, and whatever photos or videos that you've taken will appear on the left hand side. And just to put that into practice, so I've got a Major League Baseball here. Okay, so let's take a photo and look at that. It appears on the left hand side. And we're not done yet, because we tap on the middle here. Look at this, we've got some markers on the right hand side which we can use to edit the photo before either saving it or sending it.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode. Peace.